News, Nigeria's external reserves declined by about $731 million within the first 3 weeks of April 2026, reflecting continued pressure on the country's foreign exchange buffers. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria shows reserves fell from $49.18 billion on April 11 to 48.5 billion naira as of April 23, representing an average weekly decline of about $233 million. The latest movement extends a broader trend of reserves drawdown, demonstrating the pressure on monetary authorities as they balance exchange rate stability, foreign exchange management, and external commitments. Recently, the Central Bank of Nigeria's governor, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, said the recent decline in Nigeria's external reserves should not be a cause of concern. But let's understand what this development means for the entire economy. My guest is Dr. Yishau Aliyu, a fellowship doctorate of the Institute of Professional Economists and Policy Management in Abuja. Thank you so much, Dr. Aliyu. It's good to have you on the news this evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yes, I think I should first ask you what you make of this decline we see in our reserves. Some of us are worried, though the CBN is saying we shouldn't be worried. But what do you think is responsible for this sharp decline?
Since the commencement of floating exchange rate, the central bank has allowed market forces to determine the rate at which the Nigerian exchange rate can be determined. But with so much volatility and with concern by some of us and some economic experts, the central bank opens a window to assist to do the change. So since the commencement of those financial windows by the central bank, definitely we are expecting foreign reserve to be used to augment. And that is exactly the scenario.
But some are worried that the stability of our currency remains of concern to them. Do you think that there won't be any shift? We've seen that disparity between the CBN, of course, the commercial banks and the other bank, and that's also, of course, the black market operators. We've seen that has been addressed in recent times. Do you think that we won't get to a point where we start to see a large disparity if this continues?
There will be different assumptions, but for stability to exist and for inflation to be controlled, definitely there is need for the central bank to, from time to time, create that window, forgetting about the irresponsibility of some of the Greek church operators. And the central bank is doing its best, and even other institutions have also played their role, like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. So, and also the central bank has reduced number of the changes that are defaulters. So I think the bank is operating in the right direction, but the only thing which we have to emphasize is that since Nigeria is depending so much on exporting crude oil, we must make sure that the window created by OPEC for us, we are achieving the target, and not only achieving the target, all the parameters that is being enjoyed today as a result of Middle East crisis, Nigeria will be a beneficiary, and so that the losses we are making in terms of withdrawals to check inefficiencies of a parallel market can also be targeted and achieved through the inflow of additional dollars from the advantage of global oil surge.
Very important. Now we see what's happening in the Middle East and how it's affecting us drastically, of course, at the pumps. What do you also have to say to this, and how does that affect some of the fallout of the reforms, ongoing reforms in the country?
Pardon, there's no issue.
Did you get me? Did you hear my question?
No, I didn't get the question.
All right, I was asking you about the impact of the Middle Eastern crisis on Nigeria. We're already feeling it at the pumps.
Oh God, and it's the network is
All
just
right, Dr. Yishao Ali Amos, thank you so much for your time on the news at 7. Interesting conversation with you, I must say, as always.